So after going to every junkyard in the city, I found 3 13-inch tires, and I've already got 2 more on rims. So I'm going to break them down and break these down, and we're going to get these swapped. Look like that wheel turns free. And this one turns free, so that's good. The brakes are not locked up on the back. This thing's been sitting since '96. So what we're gonna do, I got it jacked up on a sketchy jack setup. Right up on the rear end. So we're gonna get these tires off of here and get them over to the tire machine and break them down and get this thing will roll and get it off the trailer. So let me get to work at it, and here we go. As you can see, the tire actually stands up by itself. It has some ants on the outside, so I'm hoping that they're not on the inside of the tire. Which they probably are. Tire's been sitting for a long time. Didn't take much to break them down. That one down. And it's tired. Mud, dirt on it. These tires were kind of hard. They've been sitting up, so I had a hard time getting them on there. But as you see, that one's on and aired up. The valve stems are super long, and when I put it up on the table, I thought I had broke the valve stem because it's so long, but it didn't actually break it. I really need some shorter valve stems, but we'll deal with that later. So that's one tire down. We got 3 more to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and break these other tires down, and we'll get them on there, and then we'll move on to something else. So up under the front fender well, that's where the battery used to sit. You can see it's completely rotted out, and this wheel will turn, but she's stiff. There she goes. This is just all that trash and stuff that's in there. Might have to push the piston back a little bit. There we go. It's turning now. It's got a little hard spot, but that's the major rust on this car that I can find is this fender well. That is the inner apron where the battery sits. You can see the engine. So we got our tire ready to go on. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to try and push this piston back just a little bit, so that way we won't have a hard time getting it off the trailer. Whew, that caliper's stuck. That piston is stuck in the caliper. About to spare a little blasted already. Gotta help that rotor come in a little bit more. At least the brakes ain't completely locked up. Now, see, can we get the tire on there? Which I think I'm going to jack it up a little bit more. Trying to roll. I'm gonna end up rolling off the trailer. Tighten the lug nuts up. There. It's starting to look like a car again. It's got some new shoes on it. Well, some new used shoes. Anyway, let's let it down. One side. Now I gotta get the tire off the driver's side and get it on, but hey, it ain't had tires aired up in probably 20 years or at least 15 of those years. No telling when the tires actually just finally blew out. So I'm gonna get the other front tire on and then we'll get this thing off the trailer. Alright, so now we got the tires on and we got this thing on the ground. Looking like a normal car now. So now it's time to get all the rat poop or mice poop away from under the hood. As you can see, it's all everywhere. I guess we need to see what's in the air cleaner. This is not going to be fun, folks. I'm nervous to see what's in there. According to all the poop that's oh, it's empty. Whoa. There was a spider that jumped out over there. Man, a big one. I don't know if you guys see that. It was a spider about the size of my hand. We got to get all these leaves out. But yeah, got a 2-barrel carburetor. Hopefully, nothing, I don't think nothing got down in the carburetor. Let's take a look. Nope. Nope. So we need to get this off of here. That is just disintegrated. That is no good. You can see where they've been chewing on the hoses. Let's get this vacuum line off. A couple other hoses. I haven't tried to turn the engine over yet. I want to get this thing cleaned up a little bit first before I did anything. Got some what's that, dirt diver's nest action. Lots of mice poop. So let me get the vacuum. What's that, a Weber? Doggone spiders stepped out of there. Looks like he ran down in here somewhere. Had to probably pressure wash that. It's so gummed up in there. But I think this is a what, 2.5, I believe. I haven't checked out what size engine it is yet, but it is stuck. I tried to turn it with the belts, so we'll get the plugs out and get some oil down there. There's a solenoid. It's a weird spot for a solenoid. 2-barrel carburetor. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna go ahead and finish cleaning it up a bit, and then we'll try and pressure wash. It's supposed to rain today, so I really would like to get it pressure washed before I get it inside. So anyway, let me finish doing that. I'm gonna have to clean that up a bit, and we'll move on. So we're inside the car now. I'll show you under the hood in a minute. All of this is just dry rotted. I mean, this is just gone. This stuff here is, I don't even know if you can even find these panels anymore. It's got a spare in here. Original spare. Look at that. Let's get this out of here and throw it away. There's the original spare. Bet you ain't holding air. It's on flat. Like I say, all these panels are shot. It's got a fold down back seat. I always like to go through the cars first, make sure there's no rodents still alive running around before I even put it in the shop. Looks like it's got the original jack. It's got the original jack still in location. That's good. So original spare, original jack. I guess we'll get the back end back here. Get this out. Like I said, trying to beat the rain. All these panels are just gone. I hate that cotton stuff because that's what the mice and stuff like to build nests out of. Let's see if this door even opens. Ooh. Door panels are shot. Carpet needs to be stripped out. It's moldy. Like I say, the floors are not messed up, but what's in the glove box? Drum roll, please. What do we got in here? We got adult smokers option pole. What is this? Automark? What is this thing here? Is this a compass? I think it's a tire gauge. Yeah, it's a tire gauge. Antique. We got some paper, some receipts from Oil City, USA. Mileage 9186. Is that what that is? Customer receipt 12/23/93. Mileage 94/30. I guess they was getting the oil changed. Flashlight. Bet you it don't work anymore. Let's just pull all this out of here. Ain't got no jibber jabber in there. First class mail. Some kind of deal. We got the owner's manual. Pinto. In the original bag. I wanted to prove the title was in here. I don't see it though. It's a bunch of owner's manual stuff. We'll get that out in a minute. Bank of America, United Bank. Some kind of mail. Nope, that's it. That's all glove bucket. Whole bunch of receipts in there and some mice poop. AM radio, I suppose. Some sun-baked stuff, whatever that is. Looks like a cigar. Here's the mirror, broken. Oh, the headliner is gone. Everything in here is sun-baked. Probably can't even see the mileage. Got the nice little horn button. Mileage, I can't. Looks like it says 94,000. I think these didn't roll over to the what? 100,000s. So 94,000. Yeah, I think it says 94,000. Going by the receipts over there. This carpet has really got to come out of here. It's so moldy and wet. So anyway, I'm gonna try and clean this thing up a little bit more and try and get it pressure washed before the rain comes in. She's pretty crunchy. Pretty crunchy. I don't know if you can even find reproduction panels. I don't know if anyone sells reproduction panels for a Pinto. A lot of these got scrapped out, so they probably didn't make a whole bunch of parts for them. But yeah, let me get some of this stuff cleaned up and then we'll get it inside and see if we can get the engine to turn over or something. So I did find out this is a 2.3 and it was first introduced in 1974, which I think this is the early model Pinto, the earliest one. I don't think they made one in 73, but it's the first overhead cam 4-cylinder for the Pinto. And I also went inside and got the back seat up. As you can see, oh man, it's not too bad. Need to be cleaned up. Normally on these cars, the back seat always be the best seat. It's either the back seat and the passenger seat, which this seat here is totally shot. Duct tape, old seat covers. So I guess I'll try and pressure wash it now, and we'll try and get some of this tree sap and mold off of it. So it's starting to sprinkle a little bit, which water won't hurt anyway. So it looks like an egg. It looks like a giant moldy egg. So let me get the pressure washer and stuff set up. Well, I beat the rain and I got this thing cleaned up the best I could. Got a lot of that mold and mildew off the paint that's left on it. Hopefully we get as lucky as we did with the Daytona. That'll be great. I don't know, this one's kind of iffy. Yeah, we got a lot of that mold and mildew off. Still got some tree sap on the top. But it's got a few little rust issues around the back glass right here. See a little rust hole there. I even took the liberty of cleaning the up under the hood a little bit. This hood is very hard to open with one hand. Ah, I got it. So cleaned up under here a little bit, pressure washed it, got a lot of that dirt and leftover mouse poop stuff out, and don't look too bad. So now the mystery is, what is wrong with the 2.3? Why was it parked all these years? Is it locked because the engine gave out, or is it locked because it's set? Inside the radiator looks good, even though it's low on coolant. So yeah, that'll be our next thing, is to get it inside and see what is actually going on with this thing, what actually happened to it. So let's get it inside. Alright, so we got it in the shop, got it up in the air, and I put a ratchet on the crankshaft pulley, and she is locked. She's locked up pretty tight. Now it does have good oil in it, and it's full. It looks like it's got some good oil. You see, it's pretty clean. Well, a little dirty, not super black. But according to the receipts that was in the glove box, they've been doing oil changes, but that was like back in the 90s. So I don't know if it ended up there because of the engine had a problem, or because it just sat and we got rust in the cylinders. But I did pick up some Marvell's mystery oil, so we're going to pour that in the cylinders. I'm going to pull these spark plugs. I got everything already set up and ready to do that. So we're going to pull these cylinders out of there, and pull these spark plugs out and see, will that get us freed up? Get us a ratchet. So hopefully we can get some mystery oil in there, and stand up, yeah. Try and get y'all guys to spin close in on the action. Tripod don't act right. Alright, so I'm gonna pull this plug out. I was gonna let it down, but I figured I'll keep it in the air just in case we need to go under there and turn the crank. Let's see what this plug looks like. That'll give us a spark plug. Ain't too bad. It looks good. Looks like it was burning good. Actually, the plug looks kind of new. So that's one plug there. Man, those mice were chewing on these wires. Look at that. Having a field day. we'll have to do something about the spark plug. Now there was a old set of wires in the trunk that ain't chewed, so maybe we can salvage those. Let's pull this one out. Oh man, that one kind of rusty. Might have to spray some PB Blaster on that one. It's got some rust on the threads. We don't want to break it off. I'll spray a little bit on all of them. Go back and forth with it. We'll let that one sit for a minute. That wire was halfway on there. Can I get a something else to stand on? Trying to find another ratchet. Can we pull? Hopefully we can get all these spark plugs out. That other one's stuck. That one's free. Maybe once that PB Blaster get down in there. I gotta get me one of them inspection camera thingies. Everybody's got. That one looks pretty good. They look new. They're ACs, but we know they ain't recently changed. This thing's been sitting for 20 years or 25 years. Let's see. It's coming. There she goes. I see a spark plug laying on top of the starter. An old spark plug. So maybe somebody was trying to get it running. And they had put some new plugs in it a long time ago. Now I got the crud on there because I scooped it out, but that don't look bad. Can I reach this spark plug on top of the starter? That's the old plug. It was laying on top of the starter. I guess I knocked it down when I was pressure washing. So we know that wire goes there. And we got this last one over here that's not going to be fun to get to. He didn't chew that wire. That wire's still good. You can get that one. I think it was too hard for him to reach because I can't even get the I can barely get the socket wrenches over in there. Oh, yeah, that one came right out. Just gonna move that over a little bit. Reach in there and pull it out. That one's in a bad spot. Whoop, there it went. Oh, where'd it go? It's not bad either. Anyway, so now we need to get us some oil and get it down the cylinder. Ooh, I can see rust on top of one of the pistons from here. I wish I can get you in on the action right there. I'll try to. See, can I get in the spotlight? I can actually see oil. I mean, not oil, but rust on top of the piston. Looks like rust or water. Can you see it? Brownness in there. And that one looks pretty clean. I can see some of the cylinder wall. That one I can see some water or some rust. You can barely see that brownness in there. That's the top of the piston. That one looks clean. That one's clean. So number 2. I don't know what the firing order is, but this one here definitely got something in it. So we're gonna have to put us some little mystery oil in there, and this tripod don't act right. Get us some mystery oil in there, and I ran over the tripod earlier with the creeper. Don't want to act right at all. So let me get a little funnel, and we will pour some in there, especially that number 2. Got the special little funnel here. Might be too short. Let's see if I got one little. Hopefully it's just that one cylinder. That'll be good. As long as we ain't got to take the whole oil pan off and do all that. Hopefully this thing will free right up. And that piston is kind of at the top. So I guess I'll just fill it up to it. Fill it up till it comes pouring out of there. which is gonna come pouring out of there when I move that funnel out the way, which is, it's alright. Let's see if I can get this one. Try not to spill it everywhere. That piston's partially down. I can see it going through the funnel. Yeah. Here's the other one. Get that one lubed up. I'm banking on number 2. It's either number 2 or number 3, whichever way the firing order is. That one's filled, and the last one is way back here in the back. That's the one that it's really hard to get to. Can't even get the funnel in there. I might just have to put a hose on it or something. Ah, there we go. Let's see, man, I'm spilling mystery oil everywhere. We got some in there, so I guess we'll let it sit for a minute. We'll go down at the bottom with the ratchet, see if we can get it to bump. Now sometimes these water pumps are locked up on these cars also. I had a 55 Ford one time that's set for 35 years, and I thought the engine was locked up, and it actually wasn't the engine, it was the water pump. I ended up taking all the belts off, and the thing wasn't locked up. It ran, but it smoked like a crop duster. The alternator seems to turn. We could take the belts off, just I can see some movement in the water pump itself. So I don't think it's the water pump. Compressor, the compressor pulley is rolling a little bit. It don't have power steering, so I'm banking on that piston. So I'm gonna go into here, see if I can get it to. Looks like it's got a oil pan leaking. Oh man! Oh man, that thing is tight. Yeah, buddy, she's gonna have to sit. She's not even. It's tight. So we're gonna have to let it sit for a while and let that mystery oil do its thing, and then we'll retry it. Well, I let the Marlboro's mystery oil soak in there for a couple hours, and still won't turn over. So I guess I'm going to have to just let it just sit overnight until hopefully it soaks past those rings and lubes the cylinders up. Like I said, I got a bunch in that number 2 cylinder. And also, I took the belts off. The alternator belt and the water pump belt. I took it off and it's not locked up. That's just the ratchet is down there on the crankshaft. The alternator is locked up, and took the compressor belt off. And it's got a tensioner pulley. It's not locked up, and the compressor is not locked up. Well, the belt is so stuck on the pulley, but I know that ain't what it is. It still won't turn over though. It is locked solid. I made some marks on the belts. It is really froze. So it's gonna have to sit for a day or two maybe. And hopefully that'll get down past those rings, piston rings, and we can get it to turn over. So we'll just let it soak, and we'll try it again maybe tomorrow or the day after that, and see what happens. We get it to turn over, then we can check our firing, which I know this is a points distributor because it's an early model, and this carburetor, we'll go through it. We'll try and get this thing to fire up. We can get it to fire up, then we can do our brake system, and hopefully the clutch is good. Take this thing around the road back. So anyway, y'all just keep watching, keep looking for updates on it, and try and keep y'all informed. Hit that like button. Y'all subscribe, tell your friends, tell your family, and all right, so till next time.